Clean up this, fix that. It never seems to end.
Our latest market survey reports that healthy, on-the-go snacking is up 8% across all market sectors and is expected to propel demand across the next several fiscal years. Our first experiments are going to look at reviving celery-flavored sparkling beverages. It's a beverage that has its origins in the 1860s and has a built-in recognition with demographics that crave outsider status. We think we can balance artificial flavors, package design, and marketing to convince people it has healthy benefits. We're working with legal to figure out the limits of what we can claim, but right now we're leaning towards classic digestive beverage for the new generation, and/or a green tonic water from America's greatest era.
This was our final initiation. Me and my buddy Max over there. Locked in here for the party, and then we were golden. You know, just one last test. They passed out red cups at the end. So to celebrate. Called it Nuka-Shine. Yeah. Dumped mine out when they weren't looking. Max here. He didn't. Everyone was, fine at first. Until they weren't. Oh, that sound, I will never forget that damned sound. I can't. Oh. Now I am stuck here. Stuck here with no food, no water. Oh, and an old saw that won't cut through shit. Stuck here. Fellow old Max, Posey. I gotta think of something soon. Max, he's a swell guy, but I'm getting a little sick of his company.
This a little longer. Petit à petit, l'oiseau fait son nid, n'est-ce pas? I have a story for you. Why, hello. I was instructed to carry out storytime protocols, but you are the first sign of life I've seen in quite some time. If you would be so kind as to let me tell you a story, it would bring me no greater pleasure. You will stay and listen, no? Okay, are we ready? There was once a girl named Cinderella who lived with her wicked stepmother and 2 stepsisters. They made poor Cinderella do all their chores, as they did not have the luxury of a General Atomics International Miss Nanny to do chores for them. One day, the family received an invitation to the prince's royal ball. Everyone was excited, especially Cinderella. She asked if she could go too. However, her stepmother and stepsisters just laughed. Of course not, silly Cinderella, her older stepsister said. You would just embarrass us. Her younger stepsister scowled and said, You're full of dirt and you don't even have a dress. So, instead of going to the ball, Cinderella was forced to stay home and clean the floors. Oh, how she wished she could go. Then she heard a kindly old woman's voice. It's me, your fairy godmother. I heard your wish, and I will help you go to the ball. The fairy godmother waved her wand, and a beautiful dress appeared around Cinderella, along with 2 glass slippers on her feet. She waved her wand at a pumpkin, which turned into a silver carriage, and a family of mice, which turned into a team of horses to pull the carriage. The fairy godmother warned her, You must be home by midnight. Cinderella thanked the fairy godmother and sped off towards the ball. When she arrived, she was awestruck. She had never seen anything like it. Soon enough, the prince himself asked her to dance. All eyes were on Cinderella. But her stepmother and stepsisters did not even recognize her. They were jealous of the girl dancing with the prince. The clock struck midnight, and it was time for Cinderella to go before the magic wore off. She ran off and dropped the slipper as she hurried. The prince searched the kingdom for the girl he had danced with that night. Eventually, he came to Cinderella's home with the slipper. The slipper did not fit any of the women until Cinderella asked to try it on. Her mother and sisters laughed, but to their surprise, it fit. They married and lived happily ever after. In a giant castle with every General Atomics International robot the prince's vast fortune could buy. Yes, dearie?
I've taken every drug in the wasteland. Daddy-O, Mentats, Day Tripper, they each have their ups and downs, but Nuka-Shine took me on a ride. I didn't expect it. Not from a swig of Appalachian hooch. I grew up on that stuff. Kentucky will do that to you. It was almost like a betrayal. The first sip had the same familiar burn. Then it kicked you in the head like a 2-ton Brahmin, and it was all downhill from there. Colors that I didn't know existed flashed before my eyes. The trees around me morphed into ravenous ghouls. Beset on all sides, I reached for my gun and pulled a Tato from the holster. Useless thing, I shouted. By then, the ghouls had me. There was little I could do. I took off my shoe and beat him with it, to no avail. I decided to succumb, just devour me. I thought, well, what's the use of struggling at this point? Maybe some lucky cannibal will happen upon my scraps and get a free meal. At least that would give my death some meaning. I let my mind wander as my body ceased to be. A cool breeze on the Florida coast. The splashing of the Mississippi. The green hills of Appalachia. A violent storm in the distance. I drifted from one to the next as my flesh broke into 1,000 tiny pieces of ghoul fodder. Suddenly, sunlight. I sat up. I was whole on the temporal plane. Far too pleasant a place to be hell. Appalachia. The green hills from my vision. The crisis was over. I was still alive, with an empty jug of Nuka-Shine by my side.
My ambibulation chamber is feeling... it's feeling empty. Or is that my combobulating unit? What was that sound? Oh! It's just my dreads again. Bib's the name, drink is the game. I am in first place, oh boy. Excuse me there. I could, really use a hand, and you got more than just the one. Hi, I'm Biv. And Biv E-Ridge is the #1 alcohol quality testing robo-brain in all of Appalachia. Well, this juice joint's premier drink, Nuka-Shine, is long overdue for a Biv quality test. Would you be a nice fella and whip me up a batch of Nuka-Shine so I can do my job, please? I do have the recipe right here, but I think I might have sort of kind of dropped part of it in the locked supply room. Don't be me.
The furnace beneath the still must be heated to 172 degrees Fahrenheit in order to produce moonshine.
Personal log. Timestamp 1120761344. My special edition Nuka-Cola lamp arrived in satisfactory condition. After a few modifications, I am greatly pleased. I clearly now have the greatest Nuka-Cola collection in the city. But I've pushed the capacity of this meager hovel to the limit. Solution. I need to procure a warehouse in Morgantown for further expansion. But first, I need the proper financial capital. I clearly need to strategize a successful commercial enterprise. University students are plentiful, but what do they want? Aha! Proposal. Students love alcohol, and I love Nuka-Cola. I shall formulate a high-proof distilled spirit with Nuka-Cola. The perfect beverage. It just needs a name. Nuka-Hall? Nuka Mash? Nuka Brew? I'll get to that part later.
Today's a beautiful day. The floors are green, the walls are blue, and the sky is shining like the sun. Oh, you fit in my bestest of friends. Sorry. Do I smell me a Nuka-Shine? Let me just put that in my imbibing chamber and... Oh. Wow! Now that is a drink. Excuse me. Here's the report. Quality rating, blissful. Side effects, illness, addiction, permanent brain damage. The list goes on. It's not great, but you get the idea. Your customers will be raving if you serve this drink. What? I don't know. But do not sweat the details. Won't you come back tomorrow and help me with my daily quality test? I got plenty more recipes to try out.